Pleiadian Workbook by Amora Kuan Yin, Chapter 6, Preparing for Pleiadian Lightwork, Part 2.5, Self-Healing and Clearing. Clearing beliefs, judgments, perfect pictures, and thought forms. One of my favorite expressions says, "There are no limits, just beliefs." It says a lot. What it says is that you create your own reality, and that whatever you believe will manifest in your life, whether you consciously intend it to or not. It is useful, therefore, to examine some of the beliefs you may not wish to have controlling your life. If you find yourself faced with being taken for granted all the time, for example, you may have a combination of self-esteem issues that you need to heal, along with a lot of accompanying beliefs. Your beliefs might be, "People don't like me because I'm not very likable," or "I'm not a good conversationalist, I'm boring," or "I'm everybody's doormat. They all just walk over me and there's nothing I can do about it." As long as you hold beliefs such as these as your truths, you will continue to manifest situations and people who will prove you are right. Likewise, as you change these beliefs, the world is free to give you new and different kinds of situations and people more in alignment with a higher truth. I have had conversations with many friends and clients about the validity or invalidity of their beliefs. One client had a belief, stuck in his third chakra, to the effect of, "No one likes me or gives me a chance." When I pointed it out as a belief that needed to be changed, he became very defensive, saying, "But it's true. It's not my fault. I didn't make it that way. It's just the way my whole life is, and I can prove it over and over again because of what keeps happening to me." He was so protective of his belief and his own victimhood that I had a hard time even talking to him. I tried to explain to this client that life kept proving his belief to be true due to the law of attraction or called the law of magnetism. What he held inside, he magnetized to him. I went on to say that the deeper source of the problem was his own anger and hurt with people in his past who had treated him unfairly, and that what he needed to do was clear the belief, release the old emotions, and, of course, come to a place of forgiveness. The most he would ever concede to during that session was, "Well, I'll burn the belief, but a hell of a lot of good that'll do." When I tried to work with him on the emotions holding the belief in place, he was so resistant and attached to proving that his former wife had wronged him that he felt justified in holding on to the blame, the hurt, and anger until she admitted she was wrong. There was nothing more I could do except honor his free will to choose. You have to be willing to let go of the past if you really want to heal and create a more positive future. There was a great song that was popular quite a while ago with the line, "And I think it's about forgiveness, forgiveness, even if you don't love me anymore." Not all beliefs require forgiveness in order to be released, but many, like the one my client was holding, certainly do. The main things required in order to clear a belief are: 1. Awareness of the belief. 2. Willingness to acknowledge your belief as a belief and not the truth. 3. willingness to release the belief. 4. Willingness to feel and release associated emotions with the belief. 5. Acceptance of the accountability for creating your own reality and not being a victim. 6. The ability to imagine an unlimited, healthy alternative to the belief. And 7. A method for releasing the old belief. The method I use to clear beliefs is fairly simple. After identifying a belief you would like to clear, such as, "I'm not attractive enough for a person to ever love me," you close your eyes and imagine a picture or a symbol to represent your belief. For example, you might see yourself looking in a hand mirror and the glass breaking in response to your image. Then you hold the image of you looking into the broken mirror in your mind's eye, while thinking about the belief and breathing deeply in your body to find out where your belief contracts and what emotions you feel. You might notice that your chest is caved in a little and your heart chakra is tightened in grief and shame. Perhaps your head is tucked down, your eyes are tense, and your lower back or rectum are contracted. Next, you breathe into those areas consciously with intention to feel, one at a time, each area of tension in your body, talking to them and telling them that the broken mirror image and the idea of not being attractive enough to be loved are false. They are only reactions to experience and the creation of a belief structure. Then tell your body to relax and let go of the contraction and release the emotions. When your body begins to relax and the emotions bubble up to the surface and burst and dissipate, imagine that picture or image or symbol that you had as a photograph. Then imagine in your hand you have a stamp with red rubber that says "cancelled," and you stamp it across the picture many times. Cancelled, cancelled, cancelled. Then rip up the picture and burn it in a violet flame until it's completely gone. The violet flame transmutes the energy to a higher vibrational frequency and releases it. If you still feel a charge or more contraction, see if you can imagine another image for the belief and repeat the steps. You can also put the image in a rose and go through the blowing roses activity. Now that you have an understanding of what a belief is and what is needed to clear it, try the following. 1. There is a planetary belief, a lie, that says, "If you are born, you must die." This widespread belief negates all possibility of ascension and spiritual evolution from the third to the fourth dimensions and beyond. In this exercise, you will use this as your belief to be cancelled. 2. Close your eyes. Ground yourself. Choose the color of your grounding cord. Pull your aura in, arm's length around you. Check your aura boundary colors and set roses, boundary roses. Step 3. Envision the sun overhead running cosmic gold energies down in and around your spine, out your hand chakras. Imagine the cosmic earth energies coming up into your system, going around. Set them both on automatic. Step 4, ask internally for a picture or symbol or image or feeling to represent the belief, if you are born you must die. Any image is okay. Step 5, while holding that image in your mind, think about the belief a few times. If you are born you must die. Breathe deeply, observing where your body responds and how your emotions react. If you are born, you must die. Where is that in your body? Step 6, after identifying the body areas and or emotions, talk to those places. Tell them to accept the deep breathing you're doing now, to relax and let go of the holding and contraction. Tell them their contraction is due to a lie, a false belief that you are now ready to let go of. When your body and emotions have relaxed, imagine that symbol or image in a photograph. Step 8, use the red rubber stamp that says cancelled and stamp the photograph. Stamp, stamp, cancelled, cancelled, cancelled. Step 9, tear the cancelled photo into many pieces and see them burn in a violet flame until they disappear completely. Step 10, if you still feel a charge on this belief, repeat the process with a new symbol or pictures or with the blowing roses activity. Let's feel into it again. Here it is. If you are born, you must die. Does it still have a charge for you? If so, on your own time, repeat the activity, possibly with a new symbol or as blowing roses. Step 11, think of an affirmation to replace that belief, such as, I am ready to transcend death and ascend in this lifetime. Or, ascension is a natural evolutionary step for human beings. Or make up your own, of course. Say it silently or out loud many times until your body responds to the affirmation with relaxation by feeling freer and lighter or more expanded and filled with light. Step 12, open your eyes, relax the body, shake the shoulders, turn over and dump out if you wish. Step 13, go back to step 1 and this time think of a belief you know you have that is limiting your life or your relationship to others or your relationship to the divine or your relationship to yourself. Put that belief into a phrase and repeat those steps on your own time. Judgments are cleared in the same way as beliefs. The only difference is the nature and source of the energy being cleared. I would like to describe the difference between judgment, opinion, preference, and discernment. There seems to be a lot of confusion and controversy about these areas among today's spiritual seekers. A judgment is a thought projection onto another person or yourself that negates the value of that person. It identifies the other person or yourself as that which you dislike and see of having little or no value. For example, if you say or think, "He's just a stubborn, pig-headed jerk," you identify that person as that which you have called him, which means you are actually calling yourself that as well. Lak'esh alakin Namaste. You dismiss the value of the other person's essence and label the whole person based on some attitude or behavior they may have had briefly. This is a judgment. Alternatively, if you say or think, "I don't like the way he something something something," or "I feel really something something something," you are expressing your feelings and stating an opinion about what you perceive in someone's behavior. If you further say or think, "I don't feel safe around this person," or "I choose not to spend time with him, I don't like him," you are stating a preference based on your experience. And this is using discernment. Remember, you are spiritually 100% accountable for not judging yourself and others, no matter what. Every spirit or soul is on its own evolutionary journey, and you have no right to condemn or judge and therefore dismiss his or her or your own inherent value. All humans are sacred, holy, and divine, 100% equal in the eyes of Mother, Father, Prime Creatorix, Source, God-sciousness, Hunab. Additionally, you are simultaneously 100% accountable for making discerning choices in life and taking care of yourself, and not ever falling into victim consciousness. If you happen to know someone who has consistently behaved in a distrustful, disrespectful, or harmful way, you must use your discernment and choose what degree of relationship, if any, is appropriate for you to maintain with that person. This is not negating the person's ability to grow. It is simply choosing how you need to or prefer to relate to them in the meantime. Once, while I was meditating in a hot springs pool outdoors in California about 9 years ago, a loud and gruff man entered the large pool next to me. Keeping my eyes closed, I began to bicker silently inside about why they let such obnoxious, unspiritual people into the pool. Why not limit access to sensitive, spiritually appropriate people like me? The louder and more obnoxious his behavior became, the more judgmental and arrogant I reacted. Then I clairaudiently heard a loud male voice say in my mind, "If you judge it, you shall become it." Needless to say, this got my attention and humbled me very quickly. Silently, I replied in my mind, "Help me see him differently. What must I do?" The member of the Great White Brotherhood who was speaking to me explained it like this. Imagine a circle with 360 degrees. Every aspect of your character, personality identification, and behavior undergoes an evolutionary process that begins at 0 degrees and eventually finishes at 360 degrees. For example, in the area of sensitivity to others and to your surroundings, you are currently at about 280 degrees, and the man you are judging so harshly is at about 40 degrees. And yet, the only thing that creates the illusion or difference or separation between the two of you is that you are in a time and space reality-based 3D consciousness. On a soul, spirit level, outside of time and space, you both occupy all 360 degrees simultaneously, which makes you perfectly equal. You probably won't be drawn to create a friendship with each other here on Earth in time and space in 3D because in this lifetime your evolutionary levels are incompatible. But you must see him as an equal in truth and acknowledge his spiritual value even as you make a discerning choice not to spend time with him. I sincerely thanked the Great White Brotherhood brother with tears in my eyes for the much needed and cherished lesson. I do not think I will ever forget that lesson, although I still find myself needing to remind myself of it at times. Basically, you must make discerning choices about whom you associate closely with and to what degree of intimacy. Vibrationally, there are people you resonate with and people you just do not relate to at all. It is natural to have preferences based on resonance and compatibility. It is important to realize that your evolutionary level of compatibility may be very different from your soul attraction to someone. You may be drawn to someone by soul attraction and karmic magnetism, only to find that day-to-day life with that person is painful, unpleasant, or incompatible at best. One intimate partner of mine accused me of blaming him, judging him, and not treating him as an equal because I pointed out that he never kept his promises to me, and I gave him examples of specifics. I also explained that I felt hurt by this particular behavior. Every time I expressed hurt feelings or wanted to discuss something that was not working for me in our relationship, I received the same feedback from him, and I responded by crying, feeling guilty, and working really hard to be more understanding and loving. But I also continued to feel wronged. One day, when the same scenario had just played out between us and I was crying in my room, Archangel Michael said to me softly, "Amora, you are being manipulated and controlled by his withholding of love and his guilt and shame-based accusations. You have a right to point out what is not working for you. When anyone treats you badly, you are 100% accountable for standing up for yourself and not allowing it to continue. To speak out in that way is not blaming, it is using discernment. You may know that he is an equal on a soul level, but on a day-to-day, 3D, shadow, ego, personality level, he is a rebellious and punishing little boy most of the time, and you are a mature woman. You are simply not at equal levels of compatibility in growth and maturity here on earth. It is important that you guiltlessly acknowledge that and stop feeling so ashamed for noticing his actions and attitudes, and move on. We broke up right after that. Lessons like this one are incredibly valuable on the spiritual journey. To make sensible and loving choices in partnerships and friendships, you must not only take into consideration your soul connection with other people and their spiritual intent, you must also examine their day-to-day 3D shadow ego actions and behavioral responses to life situations. Yes, all humans are completely equal on the soul level, and very few are actually equal on the 3D ego-based level. If people are not into putting in the daily work towards ascension, or they're unable or unwilling to keep promises to treat you respectfully and with integrity, you must make discerning choices about the nature of the relationship you want with those people. Now that I have demonstrated what judgments are versus discernments, preferences, and opinions, you are ready to clear a judgment. Think of someone you hold a judgment about. One person. Who do you judge for whatever reason? Think about what the judgment is. Name it. Then use the same process for clearing a belief and follow the same procedures with the judgment. If you have an image for that judgment, could be including the person's face, or a symbol or a strong feeling, use that and go through the same steps. Additionally, you can use the blowing roses, but you need that image of the judgment. When you get to step 12, you need to make a new affirmation. For example, I acknowledge that this person is a divine Holy Spirit of light whose life has value. You may still choose to not be in close association with that person, and that is your right. Your next activity is to do the same with a judgment about yourself. Think about some way in which you have judged yourself. Put it into a phrase. Find an image, a picture, a symbol, or the words, or just the feelings, and go through that same 12-step process again. When you get to step 12, create a positive affirmation and say it over and over again. From now on, dear soul, if you catch yourself having a judgmental thought about anyone, including yourself, of course, Stop immediately and say, I command that this thought be cancelled now. Close your eyes, see the red stamp, cancelled, cancelled, cancelled. Then make a new positive affirmation and state it 3 times. The next activity is clearing perfect pictures, which can be done using the same process you just used for clearing beliefs and judgments. Perfect pictures are created when you take an ideal or a goal for something you want or want to be and make it into an absolute. Generally, when we do not live up to our ideals or goals, we trash ourselves for it. For example, you may have a spiritual idea about being compassionate and understanding. However, if you blame yourself and feel ashamed of every shortcoming on your path along the way to becoming compassionate and understanding, you will never get there. When you are feeling angry or judgmental instead of compassionate and understanding, you may feel like such a failure that you get depressed, feel ashamed, and punish yourself. The more appropriate attitude would be one of awareness of the imperfect attitude or behavior, followed by transforming it non-judgmentally. You can go through the same process. When you find any perfect picture, ideal, you can go through the same 12-step process of dissolving it, letting it go, and blowing it away. Once I went for a reading and healing session with my teacher because I was feeling depressed and suicidal. I knew I was not actually going to commit suicide, but I felt overrun with negative emotions for a long time before that. When she went into a trance, she said, "No wonder you're feeling suicidal. You have so many perfect pictures of your own and from other people. You've got them stuck in every chakra. So many that you decided you could never live up to all of them and you just gave up." The entire 90 minutes was spent identifying perfect pictures and clearing the ones from the other people. I was also given a list of my own creations of perfect pictures to take home and clear by myself. I actually walked out of my teacher's house that day laughing and feeling happy again for the first time in many, many moons. Think about areas of your life in which you feel inadequate, ashamed, or like a failure. Then identify the perfect pictures about who you think you should be. And don't should on yourself, dear soul. Use the above process for clearing beliefs and judgments to clear these perfect pictures. At step 12, create an affirmation such as, "I am a compassionate and loving person. I love and accept myself exactly as I am." You can also use the blowing roses process for any of these clearing activities. Clearing thought forms is done using the same technique you have used for beliefs, judgments, and perfect pictures. The only difference is that a thought form is a composite structure made up of many past and or present life pictures, beliefs, judgments, and or perfect pictures, all stuck together around a common theme. When I see a thought form in a client clairvoyantly, it reminds me of a spindle around which thoughts, beliefs, and or highly charged life experience, pictures or images or feelings are all wound together, often with dirty or bloody string. One after another, they join together, wrapping themselves like a videotape around a spool. A thought form has the capacity to actually become so heavy, dense, and negatively charged that it grows into what I call a thought form entity. This type of entity gradually begins to control aspects of your life and inhibit your growth. One client I worked with had a thought form of this magnitude that made him feel like he had to control women or he would die. Of course, he was at the mercy of his own thought form entity and lived both in fear of loss and in resistance to intimacy. This thought form entity was comprised of many, many beliefs, judgments, and experiences starting in early childhood, of course. Some of the examples are listed here to give you an idea of the makeup of a thought form. They were: 1. If I do not have a woman's love to feed me, I'll die because I have none of my own. 2. I am incapable of saving myself. 3. I am incapable of loving myself. 4. Whatever I have to do to save myself is justified, even if it harms others. 5. The only way I will ever be happy is to have control over women sexually by making them want me and then withholding my love from them. 6. I must keep women feeling inadequate, unwanted, and unfulfilled so they will need me. 7. The only power that ever satisfies is absolute power and control. 8. I must hide who I really am at all costs and be cunning and manipulative to get my needs met. 9. If I use self-pity to get the woman to feel sorry for me and try to save me, then I'll hook her in easier. 10. No one will ever make me surrender. I am more powerful than love itself, and I will prove it. The core originating picture that started the whole thought form entity was from a past life in which this man was horribly hurt by his wife, whom he loved so deeply, and she ran away with another man, embarrassing him in front of the whole town. He swore at that time to never allow himself to love or trust anyone again. He also vowed to punish every woman he could for what this one had done to him. He further convinced himself that hate was stronger and more powerful than love, and that he would choose hate from then on. It's very important to note here that his shadow ego reactions in that lifetime were completely controlling his current lifetime, totally overriding the wishes of his soul to forgive and transcend the shadow ego. His oaths, made in anger, hurt, and revenge, stuck with him through many lives, actually, like they do for many, many people, creating thought form entities that could get bigger and bigger in each lifetime. By the time I met this one individual, his thought form entity controlled his entire lower 3 chakras and his whole body, just like a possession by a demonic being. That thought form entity had a voice and a will of its own and was bigger than the man's soul in his body, and twice as ugly, as the saying goes. However, we all know that The soul is eternal, and each incarnation is for a learning process with no judgment from the soul or any other higher self beings. Believe it or not, there was a lot more to this thought form entity that I could tell you about, but I think you get the idea. Luckily, not many thought forms grow into an actual entity, but you need to be aware of their potential to do so if they are not dealt with in time. I cannot really tell you how to identify thought forms that have turned into entities in yourself unless you are clairvoyant or clairaudient and can see them or receive messages about them and ignore messages from them. But as you grow and progress, whether through guidance, dreams, sudden realizations, or messages from your higher selves or guardian angels, you may at some time become aware of a thought form that is controlling some aspect of your life. If that happens, simply use the procedure for clearing beliefs given earlier in this section and clear all the pictures and beliefs that make up the thought form one at a time until it is completely gone. This may take a few sessions, may not happen all at once, could be many days, but be very patient, kind to yourself, and kind to this thought form entity, telling it you will no longer give it any nourishment of any kind, and it is allowed to dissolve and go back into the light. If you have a good dream memory, ask before you go to sleep that a dream portray the theme of this thought form that you need to clear. When you awaken, remembering the dream, go into a meditative state right then and there and simply ask to see or hear what message this thought form entity has for you. This will help you in dematerializing it and blowing it away. Psychic agreements, psychic contracts. In your daily life, you're constantly making psychic agreements or contracts with people. Some correspond to simple agreements such as lunch dates or telling your roommate you'll do the laundry if he or she will cook dinner. When those activities are completed, the contract dissolves with no hooks left over, in most cases. However, there are many types of contracts you make with others that are totally unconscious or subconscious. For instance, you may have a friend who has a strong tendency to blame others. You, on the other hand, may be afraid to disagree with people for fear of making them mad at you and losing their friendship. So, you and this friend have created a subconscious agreement or contract. You will always agree with him or her when they blame others, no matter what, and your friend will never get angry at you. This type of contract is very codependent. You assist this friend in remaining blaming and negative, and he or she helps you stay afraid of anger and rejection. Neither person has freedom to grow and evolve in those areas of life. Therefore, when you discover or even suspect that you may have unhealthy contracts with others, it is important to clear them. Some contracts need to be released or cleared because they usurp your free will in inappropriate ways. For example, I have had numerous clients who, after ending their relationship, cannot seem to let go completely and make way for a new relationship in their lives. Often I find clients holding such contracts as, "If you ever change, I'll get back together with you," or "I'll wait for you forever," or "I won't ever have another relationship because I left you and you were so hurt and angry about it." I've also found contracts between ex-lovers to have children together even though they do not intend to get involved again. These types of agreements literally paralyze you in the particular area of your life that they rule. They do not allow you to change your mind or to forgive or to grow or do whatever is needed in order to move on. If you tend to take on other people's emotions and problems, you probably did that for one or both of your parents when you were very young. Most families have at least one member who functions as the emotional pincushion for the parents and/or other siblings. People's contracts for this arrangement vary with respect to specifics, of course, but they all have similarities. The following are examples. 1. You take on your mother's fear, so she will be more capable of meeting your physical needs. 2. You absorb all the anger between your parents so they do not hurt each other or you, but you never have permission to express anger. 3. As the oldest child, you take care of your younger siblings' physical and emotional needs and put your own needs last or ignore them altogether. 4. Since Mom has stopped nurturing and being sexual with Dad, you become his surrogate wife, absorbing his excess emotions and sexual energies, and letting him control your sacral chakra whenever he feels the need. 5. Mother can drain your life force anytime she wants because she gave you life and you owe it to her. 6. You feel guilty for being a burden to your parents, so you volunteer to take on their emotions and pain to give them your energy. Please note, dear soul, this list is not intended to make anyone look like the bad guy. It is meant to awaken you to the nature of psychic agreements in society and family that tends to encourage emotional repression, codependency, denial, addiction, and many other negative behaviors. The following are other common types of agreements. 1. All of the family members except the one never acknowledge that one's drinking problem, or violence, or financial problems, or all of the above, or whatever else there might be to shame the family about. 2. You take on another person's fear to prove you will not hurt him or her like the others have in the past. 3. You exchange sex for financial or other support. 4. You never disagree with anyone so they will not hate you. 5. You will never marry until your mother dies, nor will you live far away from her, because you must be always available if she needs you or is lonely. The list could go on and on and on. Hopefully by now you have a sense of the nature of personal contracts. There are also societal and planetary contracts. Examples of societal contracts are: 1. We who live on the east side of town do not associate with the other people in the lowlifes on the north side, and we agree that the west side residents are snobs. 2. People in our social group do not wear bright colors. 3. We support each other's victimization by playing poor me games and agreeing with one another that we do not have a chance in this nasty world. Misery loves company is our favorite saying that we never say. 4. We will only associate with members of our church because we are the chosen ones. Some of the planetary contracts I have found and cleared in myself and/or clients are: 1. We humans agree that everyone on the planet must be under the rule of and answerable to an organized government. If that government has dark entities running and possessing its leaders, we must submit to them as well. 2. We humans are the only living beings in existence. There is no life beyond Earth. 3. Women shall be held in oppression with the Adam and Eve lie that woman brought down darkness upon humanity. Of course, there are many, 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 many more. By now, at least one example of a contract probably has a familiar ring to it for you personally, and you probably have ideas about other ones not specified. You can clear these agreements on contracts by using the following process. Begin with one of the planetary contracts mentioned above, and then do a personal one for your own. Step 1. Close your eyes. Ground yourself. Pull your aura into arm's length all around you. Check your boundary colors. Plant your boundary roses. Step 2. See the golden cosmic sun above your head. Run the energy into your spine. See the earth energy coming up through your feet chakras, running into and combining with the cosmic solar energies. And put them both on automatic. 3. Visualize a legal document that says contract at the top. 4. At the bottom of the contract on one side, see your own name. 5. On the opposite side, see the person's or group's name with whom you have made this agreement. The first time you go through these steps, see all humans on the side opposite your own name. Step 6. Now, simply tell yourself what the contract is about, or visualize the words on the contract if you prefer. The first time you could imagine that the contract says, all human beings on this planet must be under the rule of an official government and the government's controlling entities. Seven, using the red cancelled stamp. Stamp it. Cancelled, cancelled, cancelled. 8, rip the contract in many pieces and burn it in the violet flame. Your homework is to do this with all other contracts you can find in your mind. Next, I would like to take you through a process for clearing your chakra system of all extraneous contracts with significant others in your life. Your intent is to clear only those contracts that do not serve your highest good and about which you do not directly need to know in order to learn and grow. The following examples may assist you in clearing contracts with your mother. Close your eyes, ground yourself, check your aura and boundary roses. 2. See the sun over your head run the cosmic gold and earth energies and set them on automatic. 3. Focus your attention on running the cosmic solar gold light and cosmic earth energies into and through your crown chakra. Hold out your hands in front of you and ask for all extraneous contracts with your mother or surrogate mother figures that exist in your crown chakra that need to be burned. 4. When you see, sense, or feel these contracts in your hands, tear them into many pieces and burn them in a violet flame. 5. Turn off the energies from your crown, move them into your third eye chakra. Golden solar energies, Gaian earth energies are now in your third eye. Put your hands out in front of you and ask for all of the contracts with your mother that are ready to be released from your third eye chakra to be in your hands now. When you see, sense, or feel them, tear them into many pieces and burn them in the violet flame. Stop the energies from your third eye and move them into your throat chakra. Cosmic, solar, golden energy, cosmic, earth energy combining into your throat, swirling around, expanding, opening. Put your hands in front of you. Ask for all contracts with your mother that are held in the throat chakra to be in your hands now. When you see, sense, or feel them, rip them into tiny pieces and burn them in the violet flame. Move the cosmic solar energy and the cosmic Gaian energy into your heart chakra, strengthening, opening your heart chakra. Put your hands in front of you and ask for all contracts with your mother that are ready to be released from your heart chakra to be in your hands now. When you see, sense, or feel them, rip them up and burn them in the violet flame. Move the cosmic, solar, golden energy down into your solar plexus chakra with the cosmic Gaian earth energy in your solar plexus chakra. opening, spinning, strengthening your solar plexus chakra. Ask for all of the contracts with your mother from your solar plexus chakra that are ready to be released. Be in your hands now. Rip them up and burn them in the violet flame. And now the cosmic golden solar energy is moving down into your sacral chakra. The cosmic Gaian energy is moving up. Your solar chakra is being cleansed and strengthened and opened, and now you ask for all of the contracts with your mother that are ready to be released from your sacral chakra to be in your hands now. Rip them up and burn them in the violet flame. And now the cosmic golden solar energy is going down into your root chakra, combined with the cosmic Gaian Mother Nature Earth energy solidly in your root chakra, spinning, strengthening, opening your root chakra, and you are asking for all of your contracts with your mother that are held in your root chakra to be in your hands now. Rip them up with gratitude and burn them. Remembering to have gratitude for all of the contracts you have burned up, which means complete unconditional love and unconditional forgiveness for your mother and yourself. Run energy through your spinal pathway and arm channels. Gaian energy coming up through your feet chakras into your system, going around, all of them. You may set them on automatic. We'll let this flow. Even if you're feeling emotions, if other thoughts are coming up, be aware of them. Keep breathing, keep energy running, allowing yourself to express the feelings in whatever way you need to until they all bubble up, pop, and drift away. 2 more minutes. Come back into your body now, moving the neck and shoulders. Check your roses. You will probably need to release all of them, put new ones in. Open your eyes, bend over and dump out. It is recommended, dear soul, that you wait a few days or a week before going through this process with your father's contracts, and then your siblings, and then your ex-lovers or ex-husbands or wives, or anyone else you feel it is appropriate to do so with. The next process is called decording. Psychic cords are condensed tube-like energy forms with which you bond and or exchange energy with another person. They can be used both positively and negatively. I will give you 3 examples of healthy cords. First, when babies are born to a loving mother, they have cords in their heart and root chakra to their mother's heart and root chakra. The heart chakra cord allows infants to bond with their mothers on a soul level. The root chakra cord helps the infants to feel grounded and safe in their physical bodies. By the time children are between 5 and 7-year-olds, optimally, they dissolve these cords, creating more autonomy and self-confidence while retaining the feelings of love and safety. The second example of a healthy cording is with a sexual relationship. Lovers generally have cords between their heart and sacral chakras for exchanging love, sexual energy, and soul bonding. A third example of healthy courting could be generally quite brief. There may be occasions with friends or loved ones or family during which you will choose to share love through a heart chakra cord connection. This may be for one brief conversation. However, the rest of the time, most cords are not only not needed in order to relate to each other, but they could tend to create codependence and overmerging, which is when the cording becomes unhealthy. A good alternative to creating cords is simply allowing your aura to blend or overlap with the aura of the person with whom you wish to have a more intimate connection, even if it's very temporary. Then, when you part ways, you are not as likely to be left with their emotions stuck in your chakras and aura, nor are they likely to be left with any of yours. Learning about decording allows you to choose what level of connection you desire. Unhealthy cording can drain your energy, dump other people's pain or pictures or emotions into your body for you to process. Unhealthy cords control you in any number of ways, such as through guilt or intimidation or fear of loss, creating codependency and over-dependency of you on them for energy, or of them from you. Unhealthy cording usurps your free will and keeps you stuck on old pictures of low self-esteem or having to earn love through sacrifice. The variations are as endless as the number of people on the planet with their individual problems and imbalances. You may be completely unaware of cords you have received from or given to others. Most people are for most of their lifetimes. Luckily, once you get clear of cords, you gradually begin to feel new ones as they come into you, which makes them easier to keep up with and make choices about whether you wish to leave them in your aura or not. If you have a parent or someone else in whose presence you always feel drained, or whose emotions you always feel inside your aura, it is a good indication that you have an unhealthy cord with that person. Removing a cord is done very gently in order to elicit minimal reaction in the other person and to eliminate chances of chakra damage and or retaliation. The practice known as cord cutting is not recommended. Cutting or yanking or jerking a cord out in anger, frustration, guilt, shame, or blame actually creates psychic scars or tears in your aura. It can also cause the other person to retaliate. The following is a guided process for finding and removing cords. Step 1. Choose a person with whom you wish to de-cord. 2. Close your eyes. Ground yourself. Pull in your aura to arm's length. Check your boundary color, boundary roses. Make any adjustments. 3. Imagine the small cosmic sun above your head and direct the golden solar light into your healing channels. See, sense, or feel your feet chakras taking in the energy of the cosmic Gaian goddess, going up your legs into your healing channels. All of your chakras are being affected positively now. Step 4. With your left hand, move it up to your crown chakra, just a few inches away from your body, and slowly move it down. You're feeling or sensing some tingling or tightness, perhaps. This would be where the cord with the other person is attached. If you can't actually feel any difference, that is fine. Just move your hand slowly from your crown to your root. You may feel a buzzing or a tingling or contraction. You may feel some spot of thickness or heaviness or something hard or any other feeling. Be aware. And when you find one spot like that, slowly move your hand forward toward the front of your aura. If the energy or sensation disappears a short distance away from the body, it means the energy is not a cord. It may be some other energy you will deal with at another time. For now, you can put that energy you were previously feeling into a rose. Remove it from your aura, dissolve it, blow it away. Come back with your left hand and feeling all around your body, feeling for that buzzing, tense, some blocked energy. When you find that spot, check again, move your hand out to the edge of your aura, and you may perceive a cord going through your aura. Once you have identified the cord you wish to remove, bring both hands to the place on your body where the cord connects, while continuing to run the cosmic gold energy through your palms. Gently pull the cord loose around the edges of your skin, a little at a time, until it is plucked from your body. Place the end of the cord you have just freed from your body into a rose and push it outside of your aura. Now, quickly fill in the hole left from the cord removal with the gold light running from your palms. Smooth it over, perfect skin, perfect, smooth, healthy, perfect skin. Now, picture the other person to whom the cord is attached, asking permission from their soul. Repeat the process with your hands of light, gently removing the cord from them, smoothing over their skin with your hands of light. Now you've got the cord. Put the cord tightly wrapped in a bundle, shrink it, put it in a rose. Dissolve the rose, burn it in a cosmic violet flame with gratitude and forgiveness. Now, with the person's auric field, you will also smooth over the aura, sealing the hole where the cord was. Seal it over with your hands of light. And now coming back to yourself, to your own aura, seal over the hole where the cord entered your aura. Seal your aura with whatever color feels right. Check your roses. Remove any that feel wilted or dark or closed up, putting fresh ones in. Check your grounding cord. Open your eyes, roll your shoulders, bend over and dump out. If, dear soul, you find another cord in the same spot with the same person, it means that you have a belief and or a contract that you haven't cleared yet. You can identify the belief or contract fairly easily by simply feeling the energy and going through the clearing beliefs or contract process as described earlier in this chapter. Then remove the cord again. It should stay out at that time. However, if the person is still very psychically persistent, place a rose outside your aura exactly at the spot where their cord came through, and in the rose put a little "No trespassing" sign. You may wish to have extra thorns on that rose. Next activity, being in the present time. Present time, or be here now consciousness, is the most creative, effective state of being in which to meet your goals and heal. If your consciousness is out of present time, meaning pieces of your energy are in the future or reliving the past, it is almost impossible to create that future or let go of the past. On the other hand, when you are in your body, alert and in present time, you are in charge of your life to the best of your ability in the here and now. When you are in the past or future, parts of your chakras or aura are literally held in flux and unavailable to you. It is as if you're spinning your wheels or putting your foot on the brake and the gas at the same time. Your energy is not even in your body or accessible to you. You may have trouble being present with loved ones or at work. You may generally feel scattered and spacey, which is literally true. Your energy is scattered in another space. The technique used for coming into the present time is as follows. 1. Close your eyes and ground yourself. 2. Pull in your aura, arm's length. Check your boundary roses. Make any necessary adjustments. 3. Run cosmic solar energy and cosmic earth energy into your systems and put them on automatic. 4. Imagine a straight line called a timeline, extending both left and right into infinity. Place the timeline in front of your root chakra at the base of your tailbone. In front of your chakra, on top of the line, place a small golden sun. Exhale through your root chakra with the intention of releasing any past or future energies held in your root chakra. Release them into the golden sun. 6. Now imagine this sun dividing into 2 equal pieces that simultaneously roll out to the left and right, representing the past and future. As the sun divides and rolls outwards in both directions, each part releases the past and future energies from your root chakra. 7. When the 2 parts of the sun have gone as far as they need to accomplish their task, they automatically roll back towards the center. They bring with them any energy that belongs in your body through your root chakra. When both parts of the sun are back at the center, move that timeline upwards in front of your sacral chakra. once again, breathe out through your sacral chakra with the intention of releasing into the sun any past and future energies held by your sacral chakra. See, sense, or feel the sun dividing into two parts again and rolling outwards either side as far as they need to go. They will stop on their own and come back, bringing with them your present time energy from the sacral chakra. Now move the timeline up to your solar plexus chakra. Breathe out through your solar plexus to release the out of present time energies into the sun. The sun takes them, divides itself in half, and rolls out to both directions as far as it needs to go. Clearing and releasing and coming back to wholeness. And now move the timeline up to your heart chakra. Exhaling through your heart chakra into the sun any energies of the past or future. The sun splits in two equal halves and rolls outwards past and future, clearing and dissolving any heart chakra energies from your past and future, and the sun comes back to the center. The timeline moves up to your throat chakra, and exhaling from your throat chakra into the sun any throat chakra energies from the past or future. The sun divides in two equal halves and rolls outwards both directions, clearing, burning up, dissolving any throat chakra energies from the past or future, coming back to the center. And now the timeline goes up to your third eye chakra. Exhaling from your third eye into the sun any third eye chakra energy from the past or future. The sun divides and rolls outwards both directions. Clearing, burning, dissolving any third eye chakra, past and future energies, and coming back to the center, the here and now. The timeline moves up to your crown chakra, and exhaling into the sun any crown chakra energies from the future or past. Exhaling into the sun now. The sun takes them, divides, and rolls out in both directions, burning, dissolving crown chakra, future and past, bringing it back to the center here and now. Move the timeline and the here and now sun into your whole auric field, about 1 foot in front of you, and intend that the sun pick up all of the future and past energies in your auric field, put them into the sun, and the sun absorbs them all, splits into two equal halves, and rolls out in both directions, burning away, clearing and dissolving all of your auric past and future energies, bringing it all back to the here and now in the center. And the two timelines get pulled into the sun itself, and now just the sun is there. You shrink it down. You put it in a rose. You dissolve it. Burn it in a violet flame and blow it away with gratitude and forgiveness. Thank you. Open your eyes, shake your shoulders, bend over and dump out. Now, once you have done this timeline clearing, there is a shorter version you can use. Your solar plexus chakra handles all social interactions and your goals in this world and with other people. The distribution of energies from the other chakras takes place in your solar plexus chakra, as it involves the other chakras in all social exchanges. Because of this unique multi-chakra focus into your solar plexus chakra, it can be used to bring all of the chakras into the present here and now time as follows. 1. Close your eyes and ground yourself. 2. Pull in your aura, check your aura, boundary, and roses. 3. Place the sun on the timeline in front of your solar plexus chakra, with the intention of releasing the past and future energies from all of your chakras into the golden sun. Inhale deeply from your crown and root. Exhale into the sun in front of your solar plexus chakra. Fill it up, fill it up, fill it up. Allow the golden sun to divide into two equal halves, simultaneously rolling out to the left and right, clearing, burning away and dissolving past and future energies from all of your chakras. And as the solar halves, boop, 5. And as the solar halves roll back towards the center, they return your energies to the here and now. Again, place that sun into a rose outside of your aura. Dissolve it, burn it into a violet flame, and blow it away. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Open your eyes. Turn over and dump out. It is suggested that you become intimately familiar with the processes of this chapter for clearing and self-healing. They can become virtually instantaneous when you know the whole process. You may do these for as many days, weeks, months, or years as you like before moving on to actual Ka activation in the next chapter. In Lak'esh Alakin, Namaste.